Welcome, welcome, friends, and a very special welcome to our new author, Anne Chan. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations. It's your book launch day.
Thank you so much. It's very exciting.
It is. Please hold your book up and tell everybody the name of your book.
It's Riley's Binoculars at the Playground.
Very nice, very nice. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, it all started about 2 years ago when I bumped into a friend and he asked me if I still wrote. And I said no. I said life happens. And he was quite shocked. And that moment actually stuck with me. And I thought about it. And I had my little guy at the time. And it just he also inspired me, my little guy, because he looked at everything in shapes and numbers. Like his whole world just revolved around shapes and numbers, and the little intricate things that he used to build fascinated me. And so I thought, but and my world was always words. I only saw things in words, and so I said, that contrast just made me think, like, how do others see the world? Like, is it numbers, is it shapes, or is it a words, or just alphabets, or mix of everything? And that's what really sparked Riley's story, which is to say, hey, we all have different perspectives. and
Mhm.
and and that so then that journey began about
Yes.
2 years ago.
I love how you wrote the book. I have to tell you, I love how you wrote the book. It fascinated me to also know that, so because we all think that we all learn the same ways and that we all see the same things, but it's not like that. So I really like that perspective in the book. So can you tell us what is the book about and who would you say it's for?
um so the book follows Riley to the playground, and how all his discoveries are revolved around shapes, numbers, and patterns.
Mhm.
So the book is really geared towards 6 to 8 year olds, but it also works beautifully if as a read aloud for younger children, for parents, caregivers, and teachers. So it it's also about spending time with your little one, and it follows Riley and his mom in the playground while he makes his discoveries and how important it is for him to find something.
Mhm. I really enjoyed reading the book and thinking to myself, I wish I would have done those discovery days with my own children. Now they're older, but I learned from your book that I can do the discovery days even with my grandbaby. So I think, as you said, you think it's for 6 to 8. I think it could definitely be for younger as they're learning shapes as you go to the playground,
Yes.
as you go out on a walk, and what do you see? What do you discover? And you're always looking for that. So it's a fun book. It's a fun book. You did a great job.
Yes. Yes. The younger kids, they could just look at the illustrations and make their own discoveries as well. And they could put words to the pictures. It's
Yes.
fantastic time spent.
Yeah. Yes. What is it that you hope parents and kids will take away from the book?
For kids, I want them to feel curious and excited to notice the little things around them, all the little details. It teaches them observation, and to not be afraid to think a certain way because some other kid may not have thought the same way. And for parents, it's a reminder to nurture that curiosity. Just because you don't see it, it it doesn't mean that your child isn't noticing it.
Hmm.
Because I do remember a time when my little guy would always say there was something. It could be like 25 feet away, 50 feet away. And I learned that it really was always there. It took me time to find what he was saying, but he always saw something, and it was not clearly in your face. So I love
Hmm.
that. And it's to believe that that child is seeing it, and not to negate what their curiosity and their sight and their feelings when they see things.
Yes, very important. Okay, I want to take a moment here. If you could hold the book up one more time and tell everybody watching that this beautiful story, this beautiful book, this adventure, Riley's Binoculars at the Playground, is available today on Amazon. So make sure to go there, grab a copy, several copies of this book, and share it with the children in your life. Now, Anne, I'd like to know a little bit more about your journey into becoming a children's book author. We know that they're full of lessons and also challenges. What would you say was the biggest challenge when writing this book?
Um, I would say once I sat down and committed, um, the writing itself just flowed. But I would say that the biggest challenge would be getting Riley's perspective on paper. That it wasn't just a discovery day where it's like, let's go find a seashell, or let's go, what do you see in a general perspective? As most people walk around park and they'll just point some things out. But Riley turned everything into numbers and shapes all the time. So I wanted, and patterns, and I wanted to be able to clearly put that perspective into words. And the other difficult thing would be the marketing and putting myself out here and learning social media, the business side of the publishing. I believe that was really very difficult too.
Mm-hmm. And here you are doing a great job. I love that.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Anne. Thank you. Okay, let's turn it around then. What were some of the biggest lessons that you learned throughout the publishing process?
Um, I learned that you do have to be very disciplined. Um, that writing the book is only a piece of it, and you have to hold yourself accountable or find someone that will hold you accountable, which your company actually, it was fantastic because the due dates and everything was always aligned and said, hey, look, did you do this yet? Did you do this yet? And I felt like that was my biggest lesson, was that I am a how do you say, what is dates. I'm very good
Mhm.
with what is the end date, what is the date it has to be done, completion dates. I felt like that I learned that was my way of being able to accomplish this journey.
That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because some people are need that structure, right? Some people want, if I can do it, just um, they'll do it on their own timeline. But some people also need that deadline to say, okay, you have this much time, 2 weeks, and then submit that, or then submit that. So I'm glad you're mentioning that. And I think it's important for all of us to know what kind of people we are, right? For any other project that you have
Absolutely.
coming up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what would you say now, Anne, is the best part of accomplishing this dream for you?
um, that I committed, and I did it. It's not a someday. I did this for myself. I did this to show my son that it can be done. You
Mm,
have to keep doing it, keep trying, and believe that your journey is worth it, right? You
yes.
have to start somewhere.
Oh, it's always worth it. I'm so glad. What did your son think of the book?
He was very excited. Um, my son, like I said, he is obviously a math kid, right? and he doesn't love to write, but I wanted to show him that writing can open new doors for all children. Because what if other kids didn't enjoy math or geometry the way he does? I said, now you expose them to a different way to see things, and then they might enjoy it.
Yes.
So yeah, that
Oh,
that that made a big difference. So he was
yeah.
very excited, and it opened his eyes too, because he does see that we're very different, and that
Mhm.
I do like to write and show him the world through writing. And he is actually very good with his math, so he'll spit answers out for me, and I laugh all the time. And he says, "See, mom, it's not hard." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You
Yeah.
still
What a
remember?" Yeah,
You complement each other. That's beautiful. So,
absolutely.
yeah. And so here you are now, a children's book author. We have a lot of aspiring authors who watched our interviews. What advice do you have for them?
Just start. Don't wait for the perfect moment. It never comes. With our day-to-day life and everything, once it's on paper, just an idea, anything, just one line, it becomes real. It's tangible now. You started
Hmm.
and you did it. and then you discipline yourself and take small steps. You say, okay, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do this today. But it's about seeing it. If you wrote it, then you did it, right? Even if it's just one word, one line, it's it's perfect. You keep the momentum.
Perfect. Good advice. I hope everybody is listening to that. So, for sure, today we want you to go to Amazon, grab a copy of this book. It's available there in soft cover, hardcover edition, and ebook format. But besides going to Amazon, and where can our viewers find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Ann Chan Author and Facebook Ann Chan Author. And the website would be booklingbooks.com. That will be BOOKLINGBOOKS.com.
Perfect. Perfect. And we'll also put it in the comments there. So that's excellent. Well,
Thank
Anne,
you.
before we go, is there anything else you'd like to share or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
Yeah, I like to leave that families with this is take the time with your little ones. Let them express themselves in their own way. There's no right or wrong. It's about nurturing and opening their minds, and who knows, their perspective might be the spark of the next big idea, right? I mean, they're our
Yes.
future.
Yes. Oh, I love that. What a beautiful ending. Well, Anne, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Friends, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you all very soon. Thanks, Anne.
Thank you.